everyone. Today we're going to look at You Are Mine by Ben Walther and Tom Booth. My church is going to do this song on Easter Sunday, and I wanted to make a rehearsal video for them and anybody else who might want to do this song. It really needs drums. It's very percussion driven. However, I'm going to do this video without any drums because there's a lot of churches out there that don't have drums, and I'd like to give an idea of what it might sound like if you don't have drums. I'll talk more about this song at the end. So until then, enjoy.
Voice from a distance comes awake and be made new. Blood and water from your side, all who labor you invite, arise, arise and be redeemed. The old has gone, the new has come. Son of God, O Savior, come to seek and save the lowly ones. Lord, let your song sound deep inside. I am yours and you are mine. A new day dawns. You have righted every wrong. Awake, we awake to you. God, your love is our delight. From the cross you claim your bride. Arise, arise and be redeemed. The old has gone, come, O Son of God, O Savior, come to seek and save the lowly ones. Lord, let your song sound deep inside. I am yours and you are mine. Savior, come to seek and save the lowly ones. Lord, let your song sound deep inside. I am yours and you are mine.
Okay, let's talk about this song a little bit. It's a very drum-driven song. If you can get drums in any way you want them, even if it's just a cajon, but any type of percussive element is really necessary to make this song really successful. But hopefully, the way I did it without having drums makes some sense, and it's still musical, and it's still a pretty song to play. It just isn't as bombastic and in your face. But I want to touch on mostly just a few things on the guitar and a few little small things musically. If we look at the beginning, we have some 7/8 measures, and it's also in the outro. If you're not used to 7/8, all you really got to remember is they're eighth notes, right? We're in an odd meter, and they're usually going to be paired in sets of 2s and 3s to make up for that lack of an even number beat. Very rarely will you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 written like that. You'll usually see them written like this one, for example, is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it just repeats over and over. It can be in any grouping. Usually you'll see it in like a 2, 2, 3 or 3, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2. You can do any of them, whatever somebody decides they want to do. But for this song, it's 2, 2, 3. The way I strummed it was just... So if I'm probably going to mess up trying to say this, but down, 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 up, up, up. No, I can't do it. Okay, so what I did notice there is in the first measure, I'm focusing on starting with 2 downs. So down, down, down. And then it's up, 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 down. And anyway, by the third measure, you start back with a down. So up, down, up, down. And it kind of brings you back. Sorry, that was confusing. That's hard to talk and play at the same time. When we play these verses, don't try to strum through these verses. It ruins something that's really pretty that's there. It has this pattern where if you really should be using a pick when you do this pick pattern, mostly because the song does turn into a strum. But if you imagine you're going to use your pick here on the E string and the D, or if you're playing the C, it'll be the A and the D. And then you're going to use your middle and ring finger, and you're going to kind of leave them anchored on the G and the B. And so when you're going to play a G, imagine playing the, it's not really a G5 because this is still here, but sometimes people think of this as a G5. And so you can take this finger off. So I mean, we can't play a G5, but so you get that pick on the E and the D, and then with both the middle and ring finger on the G and the B together. So just like that. And you speed up. And when you switch to the C chord, you don't need this finger either. You're just going to bring this one here. And then instead of hitting this low E, you're just going to do it on the A string playing a C. And it looks like this. And then it's going to go into the strum. Okay, that's all there is to that pick pattern. Try to learn that pick pattern. If you're not comfortable with it, it's a great way to start learning how to hybrid pick. You should really learn how to hybrid pick for a lot of these church songs because we like to go back and forth from finger picking to guitar strumming, and it's really hard to do both with one or the other, and unless you're going to pull like the John Mayer and manage to stick that pick in the between your fingers, which I cannot do to save my life. Learn how to hybrid pick. All right, when we look at the bridge, the first 8 measures of the bridge, in the studio recording they repeat, so I did it as well. I don't know why they didn't put it in the music, but they didn't. It's really just these open strums, though. You don't have anything to worry about. That's all it really is. You don't need to worry about doing anything fancy. And kind of as the tune builds up, you can kind of... And you'll notice back in that video, I was really trying to hit this percussion thing. I wasn't a huge fan of doing it doesn't fit contextually, but I really wanted to I was trying to find a way to get some type of extra addition percussively to that, and that's kind of what I came up with on a whim. But then you'll notice the refrain comes back after the bridge, and it's a low refrain. So you'll hear, Son of God, O Savior, come to seek and save the lowly. And on this D, once Now, the thing to remember about this refrain, if there's anything to take away from it, it's to do not play those the D chords or the C, not the C major sevens, but the C, D and the C. You'll hear that Son of God, O Savior, come. The word come is on beat 4, but the chord doesn't come until one of the next measure. So Son of God, O Savior, come. There's beat 1. Wait for it. Don't rush into it. Please do not rush into it. What you get when everybody does that is that then the drummer will do it, and then the keyboard player will do it, and then the drummer, and then the bass player will do it. The next thing you know, everybody's hitting it on 4 instead of letting the vocals do it. It's really called an anticipation if you want to be technical about it. And if everybody anticipates it, then it's not special, but it's kind of fun to hear the voice arrive first and then everybody kind of comes in behind it. So let that happen. Please do not start playing that on beat 4. If you do it with me, I'm going to call it out. So please lay back on it. Just you're strumming whole measures, not 3 beats out of that measure. Other than that, there's really nothing too fancy about this song. That alto part begins in verse 2, and then I bring in all 3 parts of the harmony on the second refrain. That I added that little lead vocal part into the tenor part. It's really just part of the melody, but they don't have that in the sheet music, but it was really fun, so I wanted to add it. Other than that, that's really all there is to this song, is especially with the guitar, is making sure you learn to do that hybrid pick pattern. Don't overstrum in the O section. It has more of a halftime feel, and you want, the rest of the song was here, and then it breaks in. Let that take its place. Do your open strums until at least halfway through where the percussion elements start to come back in. And lastly, when you hit that refrain, don't join the vocals on arriving to your next chord on beat 4. Wait till you're beat 1. Wait. Just keep that in mind, and everything else on this song is magnificent. Hopefully that helps. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm always happy to help. Thanks.